Europe's critical infrastructure is vulnerable and needs more protection, according to the EU Commissioner for Home Affairs. Talking to Euronews 1 week after the alleged sabotage of the Nord Stream gas pipelines, Ylva Johansson says the war in Ukraine is also a major threat to the EU. Since 2008, the EU has had in place the so-called Critical Infrastructure Directive, and earlier this year, the bloc's institutions reached a political agreement on new rules with a wider scope.
We know that we are vulnerable, and that's why the Commission has proposed a much higher ambition in the new directive. And also the co-legislators has agreed to that, so we are better prepared on legislation, but it's clear that this war, this threat, is also towards the European Union, and we have to be aware of this threat, and we have to prepare.
The updated directive will cover 11 risk areas, including natural hazards, terrorist attacks, insider threats and sabotage, but also public health emergencies like the recent COVID-19 pandemic. The new rules will come into force in 2024.
In the new legislation, we cover 11 different areas. The previous one was only 2 areas. We have a much higher ambition on the kind of protection, and also the possibility for member states to have penalties for entities that do not comply with the legislation. So it will be much better prepared, and even though it's not necessary to implement it before 2024, it's always possible to implement it immediately, and that's how I will argue towards member states.
The legislation will also have a special focus on cybersecurity. In the new system, member states and operators will be obliged to regularly check their critical infrastructure systems and fix any problems. Sándor Zsíros, Euronews, Brussels.